So Doris just needed to be close to her audience to infect them. Contagion through skin. Very disturbing.
We're gonna have to come back here. Equilurium, how you doing? Go to the Lord first.
I cannot enter.
Wait a minute, the top one doesn't open. So, so I have to go all the way. By the way. Or I wonder if you can. Yeah, I'm okay. Oops. Put myself up.
Always a pleasure to see you, sir.
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lancebearer. Please tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
Doesn't want to be. Okay.
As you wish, my lord.
Good. Now go.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
But transforming someone into a vampire is like...
Is there
dangerous?
any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Just a little humble brag there.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then.
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Perhaps we should change some of the club's rules if we survive all of this. We need to soften some of our laws concerning redheads. Good evening, Dr. Reed. Have a drink and enjoy this night, for it could be our last.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turned the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
No.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
A lesser
As long
one.
as you lower your voice.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall, and yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
Oh yeah, did you see that Japanese ad that I posted on Discord, Chloe?
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
It's so funny.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
Typical
You
Japanese
would add a
ads. man.
powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
I must admit the Guard of Priwen impressed me. They must have spent years preparing their plan.
Dun, dun, dun. Wonder if we can get in there now. I'm gonna see if we can get inside and get this for side
It
mission.
looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
Good evening.
I may have a look at you.
What is it I need? To upgrade that one, so I need. You have 4. I need 2 more. have enough of that. No.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
Do you know anything about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
He used to be a big spender. One day, he sent 3 houseboys to buy all the beluga in my shop. For his brother's birthday, if I remember correctly.
I see. Anything else? Less gastronomic, perhaps?
I really can't say. The man is filthy rich. But you know that, of course.
So, did you try the restaurant I recommended?
Oh, yes. I can't thank you enough, my dear doctor. Exquisite, but expensive. But what is money made for, if not for little pleasures?
I'm glad you enjoyed the place.
I do, Doctor, I do. Thank you again.
Goodbye, Mr.
I'm hungry. Where shall I eat tonight? Have you noticed anything suspicious?
Let's see if we can get in over there now.
Turn around, sir.
Or if I have to... might have to make it a new day. That.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Nothing else have to happen. Okay, let's see. Did it show anything where that one can be? I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, the Ben Stiller one was like, meh. Didn't do anything for me. The Japanese one though was kind of funny. The Japanese like ads are many times can be really odd sometimes. It's like, oh. The Japanese culture, yeah, it is very different. Very different.
This is no place for you, sir. Back in the grave.
I like the damage.
Women die too in this war.
Nobody takes them seriously.
I wonder if we should evolve. Oh, let's see what we. Oh. Well, Germany is sounds more like an yeah, more commanding. Yeah, I like it when they talk Japanese. So. Low attack speed. Three, need two more. Oh wait.
I said stay lively! There's one in it. Steady! Got one! He's too fucking fast! I'll kill him! Do you remember if we've seen someone recently?
Sometimes it's difficult to remember why we're here in the first place.
What he has to say?
Still conducting your nocturnal survey?
What are you investigating exactly?
Well, my 2 missing persons cases have been solved. By you, it seems. Are you just that lucky? Or do you know something I don't?
I was lucky enough to find them both while conducting my investigation in this part of town.
Why do I still have the feeling that you're hiding something? What about the abductor? Was it the same person?
I don't think so. You had better interview Miss Teasdale and Mr. Kimura on that matter. All I did was to lead them safely home. Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it, with just one phone call.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
What do you think, huh?
Too many murders to investigate them.
Else here.
Too many murders to investigate them.
It's one of them! Stay back, beast! I order you to step back. I shall fear no evil! Crawl back to the hell that spawned you!
Yeah, that party failed. Okay, so the Ashbury doesn't want us to make him survive. He wants us to kill this guy.
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains, am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
Newspaper article: Execution of John Francis Sparrow. John Francis Sparrow, 21, has been hung this morning in the prison of Pentonville. Mr. Sparrow was sentenced to death after being found guilty of the murder of his sister Alexandra Sparrow. Until the end, the man claimed he was innocent. No formal proof of his presence at the crime scene was ever brought to the court, but he has been sentenced to death and executed anyway. Scotland Yard refused to reopen the case despite the many holes in the chains of events, which ended with the death of Miss Sparrow. Charles Albright, who conducted the inquiry for Scotland Yard, refused to answer any of our questions, but 3 weeks ago he was demoted without any official explanation. What a strange way to reward an efficient inquiry. Clayton Darby.
Reduced in rank for falsely accusing a man of murder. I wonder what Inspector Albright thinks about his punishment. It's locked, all right.
Finally, you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
Believe me, there is a huge difference between reading about vampires and waking up as one. I learned that myself the hard way.
Oh my God, man, stop your whining. I don't have time for your pointless jibber-jabber.
I will become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Well, I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to acquire all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hands.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed, and I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London. I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
An asshole, this one.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separating the wheat from the chaff.
By doing so, you will also create 2 separate prisons.
Come, sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have proved efficient in the past.
Let me guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor, no matter the cost.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
He sounds just like Trump.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
Yeah, he has money. He's always gotten his way, you know.
What if a new
People,
outbreak
those
happens
people thinking.
inside your walls? You'll have created a giant trap.
That won't happen. As long as we dispose of anyone that is contaminated as soon as they are spotted.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
You don't deserve immortality, Mr. Dawson.
What? What are you prattling on about?
I don't believe I've ever met a man so bereft of empathy. You, sir, are despicable.
No! Wait! You can't! I made a deal with Lord Redgrave. I'll finance whatever he wants. Please, just ask him.
Sleep now. Rest now. Forever.
I would have lived forever. Who are you to decide my fate? Who gave you the authority?
There we go. Yeah, exactly. That's why you are here. There's 3 chests. Oh, there is one.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn, as expected?
Alas, Aloysius Dawson was not brought back to life after his death. The man is gone.
What? What happened?
He didn't survive the procedure. He was too weak.
This is unacceptable, nevertheless. You were given the simplest task.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor, and take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
Detective Pembroke Hospital. I'll gamble for you.
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget. What are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
She came to us in the sewers in search of answers. Just as you did.
What kind of answers did you give her?
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked. We talked a lot. Her words and ideas are captivating. It is no surprise that you like her. I like her too.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers? Now that's a sight I wish I'd seen.
She said she was your friend, and that she sought the identity of your maker. So I answered her questions.
Did anyone see you? It's a long way from the dock sewers, and hunters are patrolling the streets here.
Who said I took the streets? How do you think I survived for centuries in this city without ever being seen? I know all her secrets.
We already asked her and she said no. And the lady's trying to figure out who is our maker.
Lady Ashbury? You know her? Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body is healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
Wait, slow down. I need to ask you something.
I'm listening, but I do not have time to waste, so be quick.
How did Elizabeth find you?
She presented herself humbly at our gate and asked if we knew of any ancestral vampires hiding in London. She asked about Ascalon. She asked about many things.
What do you think of her?
Her soul is good, yet tainted with a deep sadness and the scars of ancient wounds. Time does that to us immortals, for we have so much to dwell upon.
Why did she come to you?
I am old Bridget, the buried memory of the city. She sought the silent truths, truths I have kept hidden for so long.
Where is Lady Ashbury right now?
She said she will go home. She needed to speak with some old friends first, though. Do not worry, young Ekon. She is no fool, and just as strong as you.
Like this, the choice I made now does make a big difference too, though, how you progress from here on.
Why do I feel like Lord Redgrave was particularly irritated to see you? Far more so than the average Skull, if I may say.
Because I used to know him quite well. And he is afraid I may remember who he really is.
You're Elizabeth's informant. You're the one who told her about Lord Redgrave's lies regarding his lineage.
Yes, but my words were not meant to hurt or threaten. I simply told the story of the sewer skulls, and of so many other forgotten children.
No time to lose, then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
Yes. Tell her I love her.
Is this still unknown to her? Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the flames are rising.
Okay. Guess we can go through Whitechapel. Deadly vampire.
Please, I don't have your money.
Oh, there's vampires everywhere. Hey, Jake. So what's up, buddy? How you doing? Yeah, okay, thank you. I'll slap some vampires around. Oh, good.
Show me how you defeated Fergal Puncher.
Oh, come. Dodge forward and then he dodged backwards. So, god damn it. I wanted to go twice forward, not back and forward. God damn it. It's such a tight area to fight a vampire at too. I should have switched weapon though, because I needed blood. God damn it, I have to redo all this. Yeah.
Stupid newborn!
Okay, he gets hit, but he can just continue his attack like nothing happened.
You're feeble!
Oh, god damn it.
This is my territory! Don't you know better?
It's like, I like how they do like an attack before you even get to them. And that hitbox is such a dumb one. Just that vampires it drags out, plus I'm pretty low level.
This is despicable.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top!
Jump away from that one. But it's like this vampire is level 31, I am level 21, so if he hits me, it hurts like...
Well, traitor. Show me how you defeated Virgil Puncher!
What the?
Show me how you defeated Virgil Puncher!
Gotta kill all the lords from, you know, the Eklon Club.
What is this truck? Are the vampire hunters here already? It's locked. Those bastards. What have they done to Edgar?
Do do do. I mean, some citizens you pretty much can kill, really, because some, you know, are bad, like that Cox one. I mean, nobody would miss him if you killed him, really. Then you can kill his wife and the other guy. The two leaders of the Wet Boot Boys. Oh, shit. Oh, let's see. Be a boss fight there. Knowing one, if I remember this right.
Ultraviolet curtains and orichalcum powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack. Says a lot about how much he trusts you.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for it.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic. You aim to unleash another disaster just like William Marshall did.
No, I'm trying to put an end to it. Just like you are.
You're his progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please
Hello,
listen
Ali.
to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true. Do you know what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The blood of a true defender of Britain. Stronger than your evil powers.
This is ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father. We'll pin you down! True light will cleanse you! Come on, Reed. Try something else. Your poisonous bite is useless on me. Show some style. Fight like a man. The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me. Freewood prevails! I know! It hurts, doesn't it? We'll pin you down! Your poisonous bite is useless on me. Show some style. Fight like a man. True light will cleanse you.
Oh my god, what the... God damn it! So stupid when it just spawns right on top of him. There's like nothing I can do then. Couldn't go towards him because then he would just cut me down. This is such a third fight when all this stupid thing needs to be avoided too. Don't know why this takes so long to reload though. I'm sitting on a console.
Free wind prevails!
How in... Okay. That was a sword tip that hit me. God. I have to sit and wait for this long loading screen again. Don't know why it's such a long loading screen for this game, really. It must be loading so much. Oh, it hit me with this sword tip.
Come on, Reed. Try something else.
I didn't expect that to be...
Your poisonous bite is useless on me.
Oh, what the... How the heck was that quick attack from him? I hit him once and it instantly just hit me. Okay, that was a retaliation. That was a little bit silly, I must say. This is a dumb thing that when you die you lose all your blood. Oh, you can use potions for it, but it's kind of a waste unless you know that you're gonna survive the whole fight.
I'll pin you down! Close your eyes! This is gonna hurt. Free wind prevails! Show some style. Fight like a man. If you're so innocent, Why does simple light burn you so much? Come on, Reed. Try something else. I know! It hurts, doesn't it? The blood of a true defender of this land will protect me.
What the heck just hit me? Oh, he does 4 swings now?
Freewind prevails! True light will cleanse you! Show some style. Fight like a man. Close your eyes! This is gonna hurt. Your poisonous bite is useless on me. True light will cleanse you. I know. It hurts.
There we go.
We are the guardian of justice. Freewind shall prevail.
You can't accept the fact we're not enemies, can you?
We always have been, and we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
I'm not saying we could be friends, you and I. But perhaps we could collaborate to put an end to this epidemic.
Never! We are Freewind. We do not negotiate. We do not compromise.
There is no way you'll ever let me be, McCullum. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now. For there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
Oh, we know our way.
That's where you're mistaken.
What do you mean?
So what we can do, we can turn him into a vampire, but that will defeat our purpose though. So we can turn him into a vampire. I'm gonna spare him.
I'll spare you, McCullum. I'll offer you the mercy you never offered me.
What is this ruse?
This is no ruse, McCullum. This is me letting you go. After all, you and I are both trying to save this poor country in our own way.
I'll kill you, Reed. Next time we meet, I'll end you.
See? Progress already. You called me by my name. Until the next time. Goodbye, Hunter.
No. There's 8 chapters in the game, so that's me still on chapter 5 only. Let's see, so we need to go over there to the theater. I think I'm gonna evolve some levels, make it a little bit easier. Because everything is so much higher level than us at the moment.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Okay, so this is gonna come up with its consequences now. Need to be... Gonna get that one. Blood when we sucky. So we have a good amount of blood capacity. Now things will happen. Oh my lord, murder of Lucius Dawson. Terrible news for London. Death of Lucius Dawson, head of Dawson Empire, occurred last night at around 4 AM, yeah. One of his manor's chambermaids found him in his bed this morning, bathed in his own blood. She immediately reported the incident to the police. A number of Mr. Dawson's household staff are currently being interviewed, but a clear culprit has yet to be identified. Born in the city, Mr. Dawson has been the benevolent patron of London and a faithful member of the Catholic Church for many years. He wore many hats: tradesman, employee, father, and brother. Lucky few who knew him personally, me and myself included, knew that he was much more. He He was a man of vision. He saw a glistening future for our crime-ridden capital. He saw the ways through which our families and friends could be protected from the dangers outside. He saw how he, himself, as a man of wealth and influence, could use his fortune to the benefit of the people. Mr. Dawson had planned to turn the city into a fortress where the virtuous could live in peace. Sadly, this idea attracted the jealousy of others, and they did not let him live long enough to enjoy the fruits of his dedication. Mr. Dawson leaves a daughter, and many admirers mourn his loss. Holy crap, there's a lot of sick people now. Now we have to travel around and curing people. This is a disadvantage about evolving. So let's see, how many fatigue do we need? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Holy crap, that's a lot of fatigue. It's only fatigue here, right? Yeah. Cold. Seem to have a few of those. 2. Okay, so 3 have cold, and then we have 2, so then we have some headaches. 1, 2. Yeah, it's just those 2. This is something you don't have to do. Okay, so we need all of these. We have mats, so there's materials for it, so it's not a problem. Okay, there's 12 fatigue and 2 cold. And then we have 3 cold. Have 2 headaches. There we go. But now we have to travel to all these places then. Oops. Chapel, we have cold, too cold. This West End is like a plane to the maximum. The docks. And we need to get over here. But we also need to get over here. And all these people. I'm gonna do that before we go for that one. So guess we go for the dogs real quick. This is mostly to make sure the area doesn't get into total chaos. Because if citizens start dying, there's a lot of issues happening, especially with enemies. So what we can do, we can fight them, but we can also just totally ignore all these. Problem is you get so little XP killing. Oh no. God damn it, I went the wrong way. This bridge needs to go pass over. Let me see here now. We need to go. God damn it. It's like the audio got broken somehow. Okay, so the docks.
I have this thirst for blood. Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello.
Can I see what you...
As long as you...
Needing that.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello.
Can I offer you... Perhaps I... Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Let's, Oh, I used it on that one. Oh my god. Dumbass. Ah. Yeah, it doesn't really matter here. Probably.
Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course. Dr. Reed. What can I do?
Mrs. Fishburne.
I am...
Then... Goodbye.
I wonder if they are all on the other side. I think so.
Good evening.
Well,
I'm Dr.
And I am Archer Woodby.
Can we talk to him?
Have you always been so
Thought we had
bitter?
talked to
It's
him before.
not bitterness, it's poorly masked disgust. When everything turns to shit, we all have to eat a spoon or two.
With everything that's happened recently, the war, Spanish flu, I must concede that these are difficult times.
A few nights ago, I saw a kid eating a rat. He was right in front of one of those abandoned houses nearby, just chewing on a living rat's insides.
Tell me everything you know about the Guard of Priwen.
Andrew never told me what they do. I do know they're vigilantes with military training. Access to some impressive firepower.
And what is your personal opinion about the Guard, then?
This Guard of Priwen is just another gang preying on the young and naive. Preying on people like my boy. I know how it works. I invented it.
Why did your son really join the Guard of Priwen?
If I believed in a higher power, I'd see this as punishment for my own sins. I deserve it for all the young men I enlisted back in the day.
You don't believe in God, though, do you, Mr. Woodbead? So why did he join?
Now I think about it, Andrew joined the Guard, not to defy me, but to follow in my footsteps, to make me proud.
So your son has left you nothing to explain his actions? No letter or message?
Not even a note. I'm a proud man, Dr. Reed. But I would kneel and pray if I thought it would give me my Andrew back.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
People used to feel safe around here. They had the gangs protecting them. Now all they do is bicker and plot against one another.
Missing the good old days, are you not?
Trust me, son. The longer you live, the less meaning your existence will have. You need to remember the days you still had beliefs.
And what about the gangs?
Back in my day, people trusted the wet boot boys. We looked out for the docks and its families. Nowadays, they're just a bunch of greedy fuckers.
You were a gang member?
I was their leader for a time, believe it or not. Now these bastards act like I'm nothing. Not one of them. They owe me some damn respect.
If you were such a respected
Exactly.
figure,
In the
Surely
good
you have
old
many
days,
interesting
you know.
stories about this part of town.
You bet I do, but make no mistake. I'm no rat, sir. Some secrets are best left buried.
Who would you trust around here?
The owner of the Turquoise Turtle's a decent fella. Tom's his name. Sean Hampton's all right too. Don't particularly share his religious views. He's quite devout, if you catch my meaning.
Do you still know anyone? From the old days, I mean.
Most of them are dead. I still give Miss Gillingham salutations. She doesn't remember me. She did once like me. Boy, she was a beauty back then.
Any remarkable new faces around here?
Nobody. Well, there's that boy Rufus the Curse. I like him, despite the reputation he's made since his parents died. Poor little bastard.
I'm sure a district as colorful as the docks must have plenty of stories about strange visitors and creepy characters.
So, you want me to talk about the sewer dog?
You believe the bot?
The sewer dog is a bitch. Appropriately named. An old woman dressed in rags. She has an elegance, though. Despite her ugliness. I saw her once. Scared the life out of me.
Do you have any recent news on Sean Hampton's shelter?
The man is still here. He's trying to help others despite the terrible things he endured. I'm impressed.
Do you need my medical... Nobody.
Well...
Goodbye, sir.
I forgot he was in this area. Okay, now we need to get to the other part.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
I had a plan of another community goal, but I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do it though. I was thinking setting up a community goal where you guys get to... Because there's something called a viewer list or a viewer... What is it called? Yeah. Boom, boom. Where do they put that now? SharePoint? God damn it. Oh no, it's not on this. It's on stream anymore. So. At least, but you get to put people in a queue, and I was thinking that you guys get to decide each what game I would be playing for, like either a day or for like 2 hours or something like that. But you guys get to pick what I'm playing. But I need also to have the game. How I am gonna get the list of all the games I have to, so you guys can see is the problem.
There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard anything recently concerning Sean Hampton's shelter?
He keeps investing time helping the poor and sick. Good for him. And for them.
Are you feeling worried about the sanitary situation in London?
This city is falling apart. The disease kills so many people. No one cares about anything or anyone anymore but themselves.
Now I can somewhat think there is Well, you guys have a list of all the games I've played already. A list of all the ones I want to play. That's also kind of hard because then it's kind of like I have to consider which games are coming out soon too. Then it's a little bit difficult to implement it. That's why I'm thinking about how I'm gonna do it.
Show me what you have. Good evening, young man. Young man.
I don't.
There's no
Thank you.
Goodbye.
But I think I might know what. No, there is on Stream Elements. It's called a viewer queue. People sign up like and ends up in a queue. And they get to pick so it's called viewer queue. So you set up like if you want everybody to be able to join, or you're a subscriber, or so on, and how many can sign up for the list. And then you like people sign up to it, and then you just go through the queue list. No, it's just the people that only one person get. You only get to pick one game that I played during the day. It's not gonna be like several games. Lottie Paxton, she's there. Where's he at? Can't be over here, isn't it?
Good evening, Mr.
Dr.
Well, it's up to the people what they want me to play, but it has to be something I have.
Are you what?
It's
Really?
The go.
So it can be either, yeah, so it can be people that pick the same game. It's up.
Do you need my medical attention?
It's
sir?
not my,
Actually, I may.
it's up to people.
Treating of.
Thank.
Goodbye.
What they pick. So, I mean, it can be several of you guys that pick, like, well, if I know you, you will pick Genshin, you know, so several people pick the Genshin.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reed.
And CJ picks Fortnite.
Do you have? Are you?
There were
As long. Do you need my medical attention, Miss Paxton?
I can keep.
Of course you can, Miss Paxton. But I wouldn't recommend.
Thank you,
Goodbye, Miss.
Okay, now they all got their medication.
Welcome back to my humble shelter, Dr. Reed. Are you here to subdue me again?
No, Sean. I just came by to see how you are.
I feel all right. Why'd you ask?
Are you still feeding on corpses?
No. It's almost as though the blood you forced me to drink has provided me eternal satisfaction.
How is the sanitary situation in this part of town?
I think it's acceptable. Fewer cases of sickness recently. I thank the Lord for his mercy.
I think I know where I can get a big list
Between the
on.
mortals and the immortals, I mean.
Even if we're all children of God, I've always maintained a strict frontier between the two communities.
What do you fear?
A few years ago, a Skal decided to pay a nocturnal visit to my sleeping customers. He got caught licking their necks in the dark. Since then, I have added a lock to the door.
Bookmarks.
What if food became scarce?
Wouldn't the immortals in your flock be tempted to feed on the living? Wouldn't you?
The Scals can feed on the dead, Doctor. And until Judgment Day, mortals will continue dying.
I still have that one.
How did you meet old Bridget?
When younger, I used to patrol the streets at night, searching for lost souls. This is how I met her. It took me 2 months just to get her name. Now we support each other.
I don't have that link anymore.
Had you already visited their hideout in the sewers?
Just once, and very briefly. Most of them are very discreet, and they see me as an outsider, even if I protect them.
You really are a saint, Sean.
Oh, no, sir, I'm not. But I know evil, and I believe goodwill and tenacity can make this world a better place.
Have you seen Harriet Jones since taking her to old Bridget?
No. She is with the sewer Scals now. I don't go downstairs.
What happened at the Pembroke?
I guess we recognized each other. As Scals, I mean. She had but one thought. To punish. To get revenge upon everything and everyone. I realized I had to bring her here quickly.
But why did she fake her own death? There was so much blood in her room. She attacked patients, too.
I just lost her for a minute that night. When I found her, she had caused mayhem across the hospital. I slapped some sense into her, and we fled before getting caught.
What happened then?
We ran here through narrow streets and backyards. She kept saying that someone was talking to her in the dark, offering to avenge her. But I saw nobody.
Would you let me listen to your chest, Sean?
No, Dr. Reed. You already forced me to drink your blood, and I thank you for that, for I feel better now. But it was quite an unpleasant experience.
It would help me greatly if you would allow me to give you a physical examination.
I said no. I'm no subject of medical examination, and I intend only to obey and to kneel before God.
Farewell, Sean.
Okay.
Take good care of your flock and of yourself.
Okay, gonna get some more coffee. Right back. Your duo partner in crime has abandoned you. Okay, that's all here. Let's get to White Chapel. Guess we go over here. Then we go over here.
Good evening, Do you need medical? What can I say?
I hope we...
You need some rest.
Rat lady real quick.
Good evening.
Do you need med?
You would...
Don't want.
I cannot...
Goodbye, Mr.
Those for you over there. Where the heck is Kimura at? Oh, that's her. Found mother.
Hello again.
Jonathan!
Do you need my...
Oh,
I think you should take...
I'm not sure.
Goodbye, Mother. Try to rest now.
Goodbye, son.
I have like no idea where he is. Oh, no.
We meet again, Mr. Kimura, in a more peaceful situation.
Dr. Reed. Still visiting London by night?
We must both be nocturnal animals, you and I. After your captivity, I thought you'd be more cautious.
Breathing the cold night air helps calm my mind, sir. I've had the most frightening nightmares since I escaped that filthy jail.
How is the situation in the West End?
I've heard rumors about armed men patrolling and fighting infected citizens in these very streets. I was lucky they didn't shoot me when I was abducted.
May I ask you what you do for a living, Mr. Kimura?
I was a landlord. A wealthy one. And not a very kind one, I realized recently.
Why this sudden epiphany? Is it because of your near-death experience?
I was already feeling nostalgic about Weymouth, my hometown. With recent events, I'm thinking about going back there.
What can you tell me about your abduction?
If you really want to know, I was locked in that building for 3 or 4 days. My jailer was insane, mumbling about sacrifice and voices.
And why didn't he sacrifice you?
That was the weirdest part. He claimed to spill blood was not enough. It had to be done when some stars were aligned.
Which stars?
That's the whole point. He wanted me to talk to him about some Red Queen configuration or constellation. I've never heard of such an astronomical term.
What did he say about voices?
He constantly whined about the voice of his master, ordering him to do terrible things. He wanted to silence the voice by offering blood. My blood.
Why are you so nostalgic for your hometown, Tadao?
I was focused so much on making money, I almost forgot that my relatives and friends are threatened by this epidemic.
Have you heard anything from your family?
I was not only a bad landlord, I was also a bad husband. I've not seen my wife and son for years. Busy, busy, busy.
At least now you're ready to go back and see them. But don't be surprised if your son bears a grudge, sir.
You make it sound like you suffered from an absent father yourself, Dr. Reed. Well, I'll keep your warning in mind.
Have you no friends at all?
Over the years, I'm afraid my greed turned me into my friend's adversary, while I became friends with my professional rivals.
Those you grew up with didn't share your views on money and success.
Would you believe I was once a member of poetry circles and an astronomy club? We were young, such joyful dreamers then. But I stopped laughing long ago.
Can you change? And is it what you really want? If so, it must come from within, not without.
I've seen what an altruistic gesture can do. Nothing forced you to save me, Dr. Reed, but you did. I will follow your example in these matters from now on.
There is no need to thank me. Rescuing a London citizen should not be out of the ordinary, though I'm afraid it may appear so in these difficult times.
You did not only rescue me, you fought for me. You put your life in danger to save me. That's quite extraordinary.
How will you cope if you're attacked again?
I don't know. I've heard about these men and women who patrol the West End every night, chasing criminals like my abductor. Maybe I should join them.
Tell me, Tadao, why was your abductor so interested in your passion for astronomy?
I don't know. We met a few times at the Royal Greenwich Observatory. He seemed to share my hobby. Then he invited me to his house and locked me in.
Yes, astronomy is a fascinating subject. When I was a child, my mother bought a small telescope for my sister and I. We spent many a pleasant evening stargazing.
Stars are not just dots in the sky, Doctor. They are the key to our understanding of the cosmos. They remind us how insignificant we are.
You're right. But children love magic and stories. I remember our mother told us constellations have the power to protect us.
Protection by the light of the stars. That's sweet. You remember the name of these constellations?
Cygnus. The constellation that was supposed to protect Mary.
Memory's a strange thing. I can recite without hesitation the names of the 88 constellations. Yet I barely remember my own childhood.
Did he fake his interest in astronomy to get close to you?
No. In his madness, he spoke about a blood sacrifice to be made to his master when the stars aligned to a specific configuration.
Have you heard of Aloysius Dawson?
Poor man. To die rich and alone, that was my plan for years. Money was the only currency I valued. Now I've started to realize it's not a life worth living.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura. Take care.
Okay, we need to give him his medication.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Do you need...
Dope?
There is...
Yes.
Goodbye, Mr.
Venus.
Hello, Venus.
Hello, Jonathan. Please.
Hello,
come in.
Venus.
What do you need?
Do you need my medical?
It would.
And I'm happy.
Thank you.
Have you any recent news of Aloysius Dawson?
It's not such a bad thing for rich people to remember that money can't protect them from disease and death.
The people left, or I like the music in this one. It's subtle, but fits the setting so well, the mood.
Doctor?
Have you recent news of Aloysius Dawson?
I just heard he finally died. We all have to go one day, do we not, Dr. Reed?
Do you need medical attention?
I'm afraid. Thank you.
Let's see.
Is it true you were dropped in rank? Tell me about it.
Yes, it is. I made a terrible mistake. I deserved it. Sometimes I think I should have resigned.
So why are you still working here?
Because I'm a damn fine copper. I just don't want to have someone innocent hung again by mistake because of me.
The death penalty is not an efficient deterrent. I sometimes think it pushes criminals to more violence, since they know they have nothing to lose.
I agree. I'm convinced all civilized nations should abolish the death penalty. Maybe after the war, once that bloodshed is over, the survivors will change that.
Why do you think there shouldn't be a death penalty?
I believe no one should decide to take a man's life. Not a nation or a government.
Are you a pacifist, Inspector?
No, sir. But I believe in divine justice. Only God has the right to decide who will live and who must die.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Okay, that's him all done. Both are different things.
Good evening. Do you need... I don't want...
Says that...
Have you any recent news of Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard he's dead. I hope he found his twin brother, wherever they are now.
You knew Aloysius's twin brother?
Yes. I think we were even together in the Gemini Club for a time. A somewhat secret society that only accepts twins as members.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Hello again.
Do you need my...
Indeed.
You have nothing...
Sounds...
Have you any reason...
I try not to listen.
Goodbye for now.
Okay. They are all done. We could go this way, I guess. Do-do. This is a
Mr. Bates.
Master Bates.
Since I took infecting. What? Have you heard any? Not really. A man such as yourself, knee deep in the muck of Whitechapel, must know more. Speak now.
Heard it closed after the owners died. Refugees don't want to come to Whitechapel no more. Scared, I hear.
You sound disappointed.
As long as she was there at the dispensary, it attracted more immigrants and kept my place full. Such a shame.
Yeah, exactly.
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
He says Mr. Bates. Master Bates. Like, think if I kill all these civilians, I will get so much XP with this. Gives like 3000 XP, like this. Okay, so who else is it that we are missing here? The old man, he's done.
Good evening. Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Tell me.
I do.
Are you?
Don't.
Who is she? You say.
Well.
I don't get it. Why it's still blue like that? If it'd be grayed out.
Terrible. That's. Your. Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Oops.
Surely you have someone else to bother, Mr.
I don't know if it changes the ending, no idea. I just know that the areas become infested with guards all over the place. And vampires and skulls.
Yes. Goodbye, Mr.
It just makes it harder to get from place to place, you know. Okay. I think everybody's been oops. Heal up. Yep. Good. Oh no. God damn it, I missed her. Ah. Go back the way I came. I just have to kill those things. Yeah, it makes it harder. Well, I mean, as you see, you can just run through them, but if there's a door or gate you need to go through, you can't go through the door or gate unless you're out of combat. So sometimes you actually do have to fight them. So, like here, I'm gonna have to fight now because these guys are just by the gate and I can't get out. I can't use the gate unless I kill them or unless they don't see me. Okay, they didn't see me this time. Good.
Good evening.
You know.
Do you need...
Oh, yeah.
In a way, it makes the game easier for you. But it also makes it a nuisance to travel sometimes.
I'm just doing my...
Perhaps. But I have always been grateful.
Carol's gratitude is...
But it also
exemplary.
makes you
She
miss
seems
out on a lot
determined
of stuff.
never to leave you.
Like information like this.
My daughter as well
But you
as I
kind of
can.
want to get all the hints,
not
because if you
always
get all the
easy.
hints
It's
on
the
a
best gift
person,
life gave
they give you
But
more
she'll
XP
probably leave
than
you
when you
someday
kill them.
to live her own life. Will that be difficult for you?
Why would she leave? Children sometimes stay with their
Because
parents
if you
until
miss
the
out
end,
on hints, you get
but
less,
they know no
less
one else will
XP
love
killing
them
them.
as much.
What is it?
He was...
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
Oops.
Good evening.
You know...
Do you need...
Oh, no.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Good. We're done with all that. Get to the theater then. Let's see what would be the best way to get there. Go down here. I would say it actually makes the game easier for you. Makes the game a lot easier. It's just kick your ass then. Oh, okay. How the heck? That vampire. You can just do this, you know, you just run by and just ignore them. Because they're not allowed in certain zones, you know, where you have like these areas where you have your civilians, they're not allowed to join joined you there, so yes. Run into one of these and it resets. Like here, I can't open this door until the combat resets. Let's see. Oops. I'm not supposed to go in.
So Priwen never left Doris's theater after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters. I think one if I shouldn't restart the game because the sound is buggered. McCollum's report. 11:06:18. I just finished reading Doris Fletcher's journal, as painful and dreadful as it was. My God, the woman planned to see everyone in London afflicted by infecting all who would come to her next play. Help me understand greatly what is going on. Doris Fletcher's real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of some Harriet Jones, who has been treated as a patient for a long time at the Pembroke Hospital. She clearly hated her mother, but used her fame and notoriety to see her while visiting the poor and sick in the East End. I don't know exactly what happened then, but this is how her mother infected her before returning to the theater. And how she turned into that
monstrosity that the leech known as Jonathan Reed finally defeated. Present a vampire in the same hospital where Harriet Jones was treated can't be a coincidence. I'm convinced he is deeply involved with the vampire plague going on in London right now. I'm also convinced Swansea is his accomplice, and that those two are planning something more terrifying than anything the guard has ever faced. Maybe I should take some time to read the old books and manuscripts the guard still possesses to get some answers. It may prove useful. In the meantime, I better send some patrols to investigate what is occurring at the Pembroke Hospital. 11:08:18. It took me 2 days to parse through the dusty registers and books we keep in the vault. God, I hate losing time like this. The search did prove fruitful for once. I found 2 pages that could be related to our present situation, a copy of William Marshall's memoirs. I took them with me to read more carefully. This creature Marshall says he fought in 1666, this disaster that aimed to destroy London. It is very similar to what happened with Doris Fletcher. Disease, infection, hate of the living, a desire to see the city ransacked. I have no doubt that the bloody old leech of William Marshall is behind all this and that he is back. This could be our greatest accomplishment if the guard could find at last find and destroy the old bastard. I believe what Marshall did in 1666 is exactly what Reed is now trying to do. Did the creature, this disaster, escape at will? Is it why Marshall destroyed him in 1666 and Reed did the same with Doris Fletcher before she became such a creature? I don't know, but those two are clearly working together, and Swansea is helping them. I'll immediately give orders to have him arrested and interrogated. As for Reed, I will destroy the evil beast myself. And then we will deal with William Marshall and this disaster thing. Freedom will prevail once more.
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
Actually, it reads there.
It's locked, all right.
No. Evidence safe. Until further notice, this safe will be used to store sensitive evidences. It must always be locked. If you need access, you just find me on the last floor to get the key, and bloody remember to bring it back to me when you're done, Rodney.
I should find the key to that box.
William Marshall's memoirs. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole finally agreed to meet me in London. They proposed to meet inside the new Cathedral of St. Paul. I like the wit and solemnity of these men. What a symbol to choose the place where I defeated this disaster, but also the place where I fell. I agreed to their proposition. There, in the sacred silence of the church and under the eye of God, they respectfully listened to me. They acknowledged my victory against this evil creature, the Dus Astro, the eater of stars, who only wished to spread death and pestilence all around her. Since they acknowledged my will to save London in 1666, they heard my request, my burning desire to stop the blood of hate. The primate promised to come back to me with an answer. The primate of St. Paul wrote back to me with just a name, the Tear of Angels. According to him, this ancient artifact could heal anything, cleanse any blackened soul and purify my blood. Blessed be the Lord. It took me more than 100 years to find a cure for the blood of hate, but I may finally have found it. Soon the rage shall end. Soon I may repair the wrong I did and cleanse my failures. Now all I need to do is retrieve the necessary ingredients to create the artifact. Blood of the purest heart mixed with the blood of a king. To find such rare ingredients is not what worries me the most, for time is on my side. It's the last part that worries me, pure essence of garlic. I'm afraid it will literally hurt like hell when I drink the antidote. But if that's the price to pay to cleanse my soul and correct my mistakes, I'm ready to endure this excruciating pain.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
Vampire Knight. Respectable. Okay, so we need to find this guy.
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Geoffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? Are you sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I think you're hiding something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession? Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum?
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theater. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
Right, I admit it. I boldly ventured into experimental realms, but I've killed no one to appease my thirst for knowledge, Jonathan. I'm no murderer.
I never asked to become what I am, Edgar. You chose to conduct your rogue experiments.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Oh boy. So here we have 3 choices to do. 1, we can make him die quick, we kill him. We let him die slowly, or we turn him into one of us. So, Well, let's see if we turn him.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.